FIFA 10. This only made my list because I played with a friend a few games, few matches. I don't know anything about soccer. Every one of my friends likes soccer. Except one, maybe. Everybody in the whole freaking country likes soccer. I hate it. Well, I don't hate it. I just don't feel the need to watch any soccer games. But yeah, I have no idea what to say about this game. It's a soccer game. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I had fun playing with my friend. So, yeah. Alright, Borderlands. Again, excellent game. I highly recommend it. Because it was one of my best experiences this year. It's like they crossed Diablo with an FPS. Think Hellgate London without the random maps and glitchiness and shit like that. So yeah, it's an awesome game, and I have let's played the DLC, the first DLC of it. So yeah, the base game is just as fun. So you can check it out if you want. Alright, Ninja Blade. The worst game I have ever played. Alright, not really. The worst game I have played this year. And people still give it some credit. Well, they don't say it's a good game. No one says it's a good game, but oh, come on, it was shit. And you all know it. Alright, for me. Dragon Age Origins. Now, that game is a tough one, because I have almost completed the game, and I had fun while doing so, and it has an interesting story. Even though they say it's dark fantasy, it's only dark because it has blood in it. It has a lot of blood in it, but it's not dark fantasy, it's high fantasy all the way. I mean, come on, dragons, elves, and dwarves and shit. And wizard towers. That's high fantasy all the way. So, yeah, but it has a really nice story, it has interesting companions. I can't say a bad thing about that game, but something had me stop before the end. I don't know what. I didn't like the colors in the game. It was too dim and too dark and too colorless, the whole game. So that was one of my problems, and I don't know, it just got boring after a while. And I have started playing Divinity 2, so maybe I have found out that it's a better game. For me, at least, of course. So, yeah. So, Dragon Age Origins, if you are into this sort of thing, I would suggest you buy it. Because it's a good game. For me, it didn't work as well, but most of the RPG fans just worship it to the ground. So, I guess the problem is with me. Oh my god. So, Force Unleashed. That was something. I like the force powers. I like the destruction. I love the engine. The particle system, the physics system. And the visuals as well. They were awesome. But if they stripped away all of that and replaced it with something average, then the game itself is somewhere below average, if you know what I mean. So the game wasn't that great as the spectacle of it was. That's all. And finally, Divinity 2, which should be further up the list, but it's well, it's not perfect in the way of release dates, but yeah, it's mostly based on release dates. So Divinity 2, it's the best game of the year for me, believe it or not. I had problems with it, I got frustrated by it, but I would still say that that was, well, if you don't count Saints Row 2. I don't know if I should count Saints Row 2, because it was January. And it's mostly... Should I count it as a year 2010? Because it comes out in America in 2010? It comes out tomorrow, actually. January 5th. Buy it. Buy it. Obey Hypnotoad. So, yeah. It's the best RPG of the year, that's for sure. It's not the best looking game of the year, that's for sure as well. I think that was for me Arkham Asylum. Or Borderlands. Borderlands engine wasn't that great, but it had a lot of style. And I love cel shading. So yeah. I think I'm gonna give this one the second best game of the year. And the first best game of the year is Saints Row 2. For me. Sorry about that. Alright, my list is complete. I wrote down a few of the games that I am looking forward to. And you know what the sad part is? I'll just list the names, okay? Mass Effect 2, Bioshock 2, Assassin's Creed 2, Just Cause 2, and Command & Conquer 4. They are all sequels! See? See? It's horrible. I know I wrote S Creed, but I like the game better. So, yeah, there's no real new games around to see. Of course, I'm waiting for StarCraft 2, but that's another story. I wrote this list from Wikipedia, and that's all the interesting games that they listed with release dates. So, basically, that's all. So, let's recap. What are my 5 games that I recommend you buying that was released in the last year? Saints Row 2, that's 1. Divinity 2, that's 2. Tales of Monkey Island, that's 3. Arkham Asylum, that's 4. And Borderlands, that's 5. That's my 5 top games of 2009 that I strongly recommend buying, because they are strongly recommended awesomeness. Alright?